Just as a disclaimer, we want you to know that some of the movies that we will be reviewing were shot in a different time and era where people of race and sex were not treated equally. We understand this and hope you do too. The movies or anything that happened on the sets are not the views of this podcast or what this show is intended to be all about.
Exactly. And we want to give due diligence in presenting the movie and not the views of the cast or directors or anyone involved. But we also feel it's necessary to let the audience know some of the background information to get a feel for what was happening at the time of shooting the film. Again, we hope you understand that we do not agree with everything that went on, and we just want to give out the information. And with that being said, hope you enjoy the show.
Now, you know how Santa uses these flying reindeer to pull his sleigh. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Alright guys, welcome back to the 12 Days of Christmas Movies on the Tragedy of Cinema podcast. I'm your host Jimbo. Alongside with me is that special little elf.
Oh, Terrence.
Terrence! And you guys know the routine by now. We just jump right into these. So Terrence, take it away. Episode 11.
Day 11.
Rudolph.
Our 12 days.
Hey, you know what that means? It's Christmas Eve.
Holy crap.
Santa Claus comes tonight. So children, get in bed.
Holy cheese and crackers, Batman.
And don't forget to leave out cookies and milk.
Oh, I thought it was whiskey and beer.
I might have to delete that from the comment. So this is episode 11, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
All right, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Release date, December 6, 1964. Directed by Larry Romer. Writing credits, so the people who put into writing the story was Romero Muller and Robert May. And the song was written by Johnny Marks. Technical specs, runtime 47 minutes. So of the short cartoons, this is the longest. So
this is more animation. It's play animation.
Yeah.
I love this type of animation.
Oh yeah,
Clash of the Titans. Just
there's a lot. I think one of the most recent ones that really, obviously one of the most recent popular ones is Lego, but like one that I really liked was Caroline. That was a really good stop animation. So yeah, this is one of those really well done, time consuming. So they put a lot of time into this. Any stop motion animation always takes a lot of time to do. So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I wonder.
Big props.
I don't know if you have it in there. I wonder how many different shots it took. You know how stop animation where they have to just move their piece
bit by bit.
I wonder how many actual shots it took.
A lot, I bet. I don't have the.
Let me see if I look that up while you're.
Let's see. Technical specs. We are runtime 47 minutes. 51 minutes if you watch it on Blu-ray. Sound mix mono. This is also in color. Aspect ratio 4:3. Negative format is 35 millimeter. Cinematographic process is spherical. Printed film format 35 millimeters. And once again, no awards. Wow.
I can't believe that.
Another timeless animation that you see year after year.
I do know how long it took. It took 18 months to complete and cost more than $500,000 to produce, an amount that would exceed $4.5 million today.
Wow.
Wow.
That is crazy.
I'm still trying to find out. I don't know if any of our listeners find out. I'd like to know actually how many stop motion pictures they had to take to get this film done.
A lot.
I was going to say, I know, but I mean, I don't know if you could. No, I don't know how you would tell that. That would be.
I know, right? Synopsis: Rudolph, a reindeer with a red nose that glows, must help save Christmas by guiding Santa Claus's sleigh on Christmas to deliver the presents to the kids.
Short and sweet.
Yep.
Why did Rudolph have to do that? Because the fog. Remember the fog?
Yeah,
And Rudolph was like, we can't see. Oh, wait a minute.
Flying
All right,
mice.
Terrence,
All right,
look at me. Terrence, look at me. Tell me the names of all the reindeer. Go.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember the very first one. Because if I can remember the first one, I can remember all the others. Because I'm remembering like right in the middle. It was that's the thing, like just that first guy.
Dasher,
Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Vixen, and then Rudolph.
Donner, Blitzen.
Okay.
Vixen.
I was close.
Vixen.
I was close.
I gotta hand it to you. You did a lot better than I thought.
All right. Burl Ives is the voice of Sam the Snowman. Larry D. Mann is the voice of Yukon Cornelius.
I love that guy.
Billy May Richards voiced Rudolph. Paul Soules voiced Hermie. Stan Francis voiced Santa Claus and King Moonracer. That's a cool name, right? Alfie Scoop voiced Charlie in the Box, Fireball, and other reindeer. Janice Orstein voiced Clarice. Paul Kligman voiced Donner, Clarice's father, and Comet the coach. Carl Banas voiced the head elf, the spotted elephant, and other toys. Then we have Corny, Corine. Carini?
Kareen?
Kareen? Is it Kareen?
I don't know. I can't see it. Where's that?
I don't know why. I'm sure it's like something simple too. And I'm just
Kareen.
Like, is it Kareen? I guess I've never seen Kareen on paper. Kareen Connolly voiced the doll and others. And then finally we have Peg Dixon, who voiced Mrs. Donner, Mrs. Claus, and others. And that is all of the cast for this movie.
All right. So here we go. There's a lot of good stuff in this. There's a lot of good information. Copies of both the Santa and the Rudolph puppets were recently found in a storage in the attic of a woman that used to work for Rankin Base. The puppets were in remarkably good condition, considering it was estimated that they were in storage since the late 1960s, with only a little yellowing of Santa's beard, hair, and white trim on his coat. The pair now travel the country to various trade shows and conventions.
That's pretty awesome.
I would really like to see those.
Right?
Right.
Or I'd like to see like almost any stop motion. What would you call them? Like just props in person. It'd be really cool.
Right. So, also in the original TV version of the show, you remember when Rudolph and Yukon Cornelius and Hermie, they all go to the island of Misfit Toys, right?
Yeah.
Well, then they promised to help them or whatever. In the original, the Misfits were never mentioned again. But the thing was, the producers got so many letters from children complaining that nothing had been done to help the Misfit Toys that they had to go back. and add a new short scene at the end of the show, which Santa and his reindeer, led by Rudolph, land on the island to pick up the toys to find homes for them, which has now been in the standard version ever since.
Yeah, so that would be in the 51-minute Blu-ray copy.
Can you imagine? I mean, hey, yeah, we'll help you. Never see it again.
I know, right?
The original puppets, like we stated, they went on tour in November 2007. When purchased by their new owner, both were in poor condition. Santa had mold under his beard and half of his mustache was gone, and Rudolph's nose was gone. The owner took them to stop-motion animation studio Screen Novelties International, who restored them as a labor of love for expensive of only less than $4,000. The puppets originally cost $5,000 each in 1964.
Wow. So $5,000 just for those two puppets.
Just each.
Wow.
Yeah, each. Also, the Rudolph puppet still exists. It's only about 3 feet tall when it's viewed on screen.
Oh.
But in reality, it can fit in the palm of your hand. It's like a little baby kitten.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Actually, I think somewhere in here, let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll get to it, but I think he's only 4 inches, and I think Santa's 8 inches. Here's something that I found interesting. You know, except for Charlie in the Box and Sue the Doll, none of the other Misfit toys have a proper first name.
Huh.
How would you like that?
They're just others and
yeah.
Misfit
Also,
toys.
Johnny Marks, who did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or whatever, he also did Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, and I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. You can hear them in some of the underscores of the movie with the score. So I thought that was pretty cool too. Let's see. I think it's on this page. Yeah, the Santa puppet is 8 inches tall. Young Rudolph is only 4 inches tall. Rudolph's nose really lights. The puppets are made from wood, fire, and fabric and are quite fragile. Fragile. For those you'll find that out when we do one of the other movies we do. Or actually, we've already done it. It was in the Christmas Story. The Japanese company that handled the animation made several copies. They made several copies of each puppet.
Wow.
Since they didn't last long under the constant handling of stop-motion posing, none of these copies are known to exist. But if they were $5,000 each to make...
You'd think they'd be a little more...
Careful. Well, I mean, I guess the wear and tear, right.
Right. But wow.
One of the funny things is the Rudolph was actually created as a advertising campaign in 1939 by Robert May, who created it for Montgomery Ward's department store. So he was actually just made up, just... the actor who voiced Comet is often mistaken for Don Adams. It's actually Paul Kligman doing a Don Adams impersonation. So,
I mean, sounds like he did a great job.
Although the animations were filmed in Japan, the entire soundtrack for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from 1964 was recorded in a studio near Yonge Street in Toronto, Ontario. Most of the singing and speaking cast were Canadian.
Interesting. So I think another thing to just a quick little spin-off bit of information. I don't know if you started to say on the cast, but the same people who did this stop motion also did Astro Boy.
There was. I don't know if it was actually.
It was the same studio at least. Right?
There's one person, I forget who it was. Yeah, he was. I forget the guy's name. That was just something. I don't think it's in these notes. It was just something I found on my phone before this, because he had worked on Astro Boy and something else, and he also worked on this or whatever. Yeah. So they were trying to say that. No, that wasn't Rudolph. That was Frosty.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was Frosty and him. So, Hermie is the only elf with pointed ears. He is also the only male elf with hair on top of his head, as well as eyes that dilate. Because the other ones are just like little.
Yeah, that's right.
I always thought that was funny, the little dots, I'm going to say this for last because I think that's pretty cool. The face of Sam the Snowman was intentionally designed to resemble singer-actor Burl Ives, who provided the voice for the character. Well, most of the elves look identical. There is one elf who stands tall among the rest. He's real tall, has the glasses.
Yeah.
He was also in ads for General Electric once they were done, because General Electric was a big sponsor of this movie.
So why
for
not
the TV
reuse
broadcast,
some of
right?
the props.
It wasn't until the 2001 when Rudolph and the Island of Misfit Toys, when his name was finally revealed, and you know what his name was? Hank. I love it. This is cool too. When the film first released in 1964, the technology of using an articulated metal armature inside the figures were considered so amazing that TV Guide devoted 4 pages to the story.
Oh, wow.
So, those of you that don't know, TV Guide used to be a weekly thing. We did not have, on your TV, you couldn't pull up the menu and see what was coming on next.
You had to
and next.
buy a TV Guide.
You would buy a TV Guide each week, and you could go to, you could flip to, Wednesday or Thursday, and you could look at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and it would show you, hey, Rudolph's playing tonight. Hey, Frosty's playing a half hour after that. And it would break it down like that.
You know what's funny is, the TV Guides are one of those things is, I don't remember when they disappeared. They just did. Kind of like...
Do they even make them anymore?
I don't think so. Because, you used to see them all the time at grocery stores and stuff like that.
And they'd always have some cool little article. Yeah. I think they have something out still.
I'm trying to remember the last time I seen a TV Guide.
We need to look next time we go to the store.
I mean, that's like phone booths. You don't remember them taking them down or anything. They just disappeared one day, and you're like, I remember.
By the way, we have a phone booth, not a phone booth, but a phone in one of the gyms at work.
Really?
I couldn't believe a payphone. I was like, I'm going to take a picture of this. Terrence will be like, that's our cake. The one thing that TV Guide failed to mention, that the new technology that they were so amazed with had actually been done 31 years before, most prominently inside the gorilla King Kong 1933.
That's true.
So, therefore, it wasn't really new technology.
I guess it was just more accessible to view. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody's going to watch a Christmas movie, especially something like Rudolph, and I'm pretty sure... you're only getting a certain audience with King Kong.
Yeah. Also the movie Elf with Will Ferrell. The outfits that they wear were portrayed from the elves in this movie.
That's pretty awesome.
So they did. I thought that was pretty cool. And also Sam the Snowman appears briefly at the end of the likeness of him. I gotta save that one too because that's funny. Donner and Comet's voices are identical. The actor voicing the characters apparently made no effort to do different sounding voices. He was just like, whatever.
They have the same voice.
The elf Hermie is called Herbie by some of the characters in this movie. This is cool too. The abominable snow monster's legs are longer when they first appear than they are on the actual doll. These legs are actually those of the animator. How cool is that? You know what I mean? I thought that was really cool.
That is cool.
When Mrs. Claus is telling Santa to eat, the food is shown gray and unpainted. No wonder he didn't want to eat. He don't know what he's going to catch with that. All right, here we go. Are you ready for this? These two I thought were probably the coolest things I found.
All right, hit me with it.
When the elves, when they're dropping the presents from Santa's sleigh at the end of the movie, while the credits are rolling or whatever, the elf comes across the toy bird, remember? And he's given all of them umbrellas, remember, as they jump out. He's given, the train and all that umbrellas. Yep. Well, when he gets to the bird, he just tosses the bird over without an umbrella because he's a bird. But you got to remember, this was the Island of Misfit Toys. That bird was the one that could not fly. He actually swims. So he just technically just threw him off the top.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. And here we go. The probably one of the most touching things you will ever hear. Billy May Richards, who was Rudolph's voice, and Paul Soules, who was Hermie's voice, lived in the same Ontario retirement community during the years before Richard's death.
Oh, wow.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. So, Terrence, tell us about Rudolph. Any fun scenes you'd like to talk about?
Age-old classic. Let's see, Rudolph. This was another one where it was just, all of it was just really... I guess there's no standoutish scene, but it was just a very nice watch through and through. I suppose knowing that the bird couldn't fly is now hilarious.
I always thought it was hilarious that all Hermie didn't want to be an elf making toys. He wanted to be a dentist. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
And that comes into play at the end of the movie when he pulls all the abominable snowman's teeth out. He's like, "Don't worry, he can't do nothing to you now."
Oh man, yeah, that was pretty comical. It's a funny movie all around.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie. And then you see Rudolph getting bullied because he's different.
Yeah.
And his dad's even ashamed. He's like, "Well, you can't go around with that thing blasting around or whatever."
Yeah.
You remember, and every time he made the sound, his eyes would be like the wavelengths or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and then he makes that thing and puts it over his nose so he looks like all the other reindeers. And you can learn so much from this movie. Parents, don't be ashamed of your kids.
Absolutely.
Don't try to change them into something they're not. Kids, just because somebody's different from you, that doesn't mean you treat them any different. Still invite them to be your friends,
Accept
join in to
people
do
for who
stuff.
they are.
Right.
Unless they're jerks. That's
Right. You can learn like Hermie. Do what you want to be, live your dream. If you want to be a dentist, go be a dentist. But also don't just up and quit your job like Hermie did.
Yeah,
He's
right.
like, I'm just going to climb out this and run away. You know what I mean?
Be a dentist.
Yeah, this is my kids hate this movie.
Really?
And I just don't understand it. I just love it to pieces.
That's that Gen Z stuff. Man.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm
I was
telling
like,
you, it's not millennials. It's Gen Z. Every time
but I
you
was
think
like,
this stuff.
this movie this one probably more than any of the other ones that we'll cover is the one that I probably liked the most when I was a kid, and I still like it. She thinks I'm cute. He's just like jumping up in the air. And, I think it's really well done. I've always loved the stop animation, whether it's Clash of the Titans. What was it? Jack Skellington.
Nightmare
Before Christmas.
That's a great
Corpse
one.
Bride. There's several of them. Like Jason the Argonauts. The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad when they have the creatures.
Yep.
I love everything about it. And this is, when I think of Christmas, this is the one movie that he's the one that saves Christmas. Rudolph saves Christmas because
Right.
how is Santa going to deliver those packages? So yeah, I love this movie.
It's great. It's got catchy songs too.
Oh yeah, Silver and Gold, and Why Am I Such a Misfit?
Yeah.
Obviously Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah. One foot in front of the other. That was a fun one.
Yeah. So, this is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, make sure you see it. And by the way, kids, Santa Claus does come tonight. So make sure you're in bed early. Sit out, make milk and cookies, not what Terrence said. I'm surprised Terrence didn't try to set booby traps up with mouse traps and duct tape or whatever. This was episode 11. And tomorrow's the big day. And we will be covering what they consider one of the greatest movies of all time. It's in the top 50. White Christmas. Terrence, have you seen White Christmas?
I have to watch it.
I know. I told him he has to watch it. So we might have a special guest to cover this. I'm not sure.
Maybe,
working on
not.
it. So
Yeah.
I'll let you know. I'll have to let you know because it's tomorrow. So, I think that's enough of Rudolph. Hope you guys are enjoying these. We're enjoying doing these, the 12 Days of Christmas movies.
Absolutely.
Just nothing for nostalgia. So,
It's just full of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole podcast is full
so
of
with that
right?
being said, I think we're going to close down Rudolph, and that's a wrap. And cut.